match number 63 of the Tata IPL 2024. We are coming into the final week of the IPL now, and there are some teams they have a lot to play for, some teams do not have anything to play for. But this contest has both the teams who have something to play for, be the Kolkata Knight Riders, who became the first team to qualify, and so far the only team to qualify for the playoffs, while the Gujarat Titans still alive, outside chance, bare minimum chance, but still alive, no E to their name so far. But this is a game where Rinku Singh made his name last season. Paji, welcome to the show. But what do you look into this? Gujarat performed really well last game against Chennai Super Kings. Their opening partnership clipped. So what's your take? How do you look into this fixture?
See, Gujarat have played the last couple of games. They played really well, so they are into form. But they are playing the best team in the IPL for me, which is KKR. You know, batting, bowling, fielding. It all looks like it's clicking for KKR this season. Whether that's the Gautam Gambhir factor, probably is. But again, they just seem to be. They're always one player that steps up. If it's not Narayan Salt, Venkatesh Iyer sets up. And with the bowlers, Vaibhav Arora, Harshit Rana, when he bowled the last over yesterday, the day before, I thought, they shouldn't be picking him because he had a high economy, but he was able to do it. So I think KKR is definitely the best team, but Gujarat could be dangerous. So obviously the toss will be very important in this game as well,
Sure.
as at Narendra Modi Stadium, but we'll see what happens later today.
Okay. Okay. So we will see what happens today evening. But let's take a look into the journey so far for both the teams. Starting with the Gujarat Titans, the home side, currently sitting in number 8 with 10 points in their bag. They have a couple of games to go. If they make it to the potential 14, but the net run rate isn't good either. But how do you look into their season so far? Has been a little bit up and down. I think potentially, like you said, Hardik Pandya's trade has affected three teams, but I think the most has been Gujarat Titans themselves.
Yeah, it's been for Gujarat. I think the lateness of Hardik staying or going, that's really upset their balance. And the rookie captain in Shubman, he's done well in patches, but other matches games he hasn't done well because he's got to learn the job on the job. And you just look at players like Miller. Has he really stepped up this season? No, he hasn't. The opening partnership, they always struggled, and now they've got probably the best combination, Sudarshan and Gill up top. As long as those two players stay, play the power play well, and they could chase down any score because you saw them once they're in very well. So we'll have to wait and see, what the makeup of the side is. But for me, Hardik leaving has left a bigger hole in Gujarat, and they haven't been able to fill it.
Yeah, absolutely. Rightly mentioned, but 14 points is maximum they can go through. I don't think so with the net run rate they have. They will make it to the playoffs. But on the other hand, Kolkata Knight Riders, what a season they're having. Everything they are turning out to be bold. Talking about day before yesterday game against the Mumbai Indians, how did they defend that game? Because the way Mumbai Indians started, Ishan Kishan, Rohit Sharma, they were flying off with the run chase. And once again, the two gems, the two spinners of KKR got them back in the game.
Yeah, and again, it was a restricted game. It was a very restricted game, 16 over game, and they just paced it really well. They played the 4 overs of Chakravarti, who's been exceptional. We have to say that has been exceptional. And then Narayan, they managed to get the run rate manageable because after Ishan had batted really well at the top, it looked like it was going to be Mumbai's game. But they just started chipping away with the wickets, got the rate up. Mumbai then had to take risks, and when they had to take risks, they just got the wickets.
Absolutely, and they got crucial wickets. They kept picking wickets in regular intervals, and Mumbai lost momentum. Once again, Captain Hardik Pandya, no contribution with bat or ball, and that summed up his season, to be honest. But now KKR has two games on the road, facing a Gujarat Titans and the Rajasthan Royals. The Rajasthan game is also important, not just for KKR, but also for Rajasthan because they are losing games on the trot now. But will KKR definitely try to make it to 20 points so that they can seal that top of the table spot?
As I said, I think they are definitely clear because obviously their net run rate is pretty good as well. They're on 18 points. The other teams are struggling to get 14, 16 points. Rajasthan, they've been dropping pretty badly. They're just losing games after games. They're on a losing streak. So I think KKR can take it easy. It's how they manage this. The qualification first two position is guaranteed for me. I can't see anybody taking the first two conditions.
Mhm.
Is do they want to keep playing the same players or do they want to rest players? If they want to rest players and give their squad a chance for the eliminator, the finals main game, I think they should do that. I think they should allow the squad to come in. I think they should be taking it easy. But Rajasthan, they are struggling as well. So I think they'll have more on that game than KKR.
Suppose Rajasthan wins the next game against the Punjab Kings, your side, but then there is a problem here. We have KKR versus RR in the final game of the league, and potentially two Englishman openers who will probably fly back home. Are they requesting the England Cricket Board to give them a chance to play the eliminator and the playoffs?
I think there's been some talks in the background, so money talks. So I think something will happen. I think that the rest of the boards will say to the players, "What do you want to do? Do you want to play, or do you want to go come back home and prepare for the World Cup?" I think the players will really want to play. So
Absolutely.
Liam is back in there. I think the players that are not in the IPL have already checked out. Mentally and physically, they'll check out, ready for the World Cup. Whether someone like a Phil Salt, because Phil Salt is vital to this team. Uh, the
Correct.
only good, the only good thing was that obviously Nitesh Rana looked quite good the day before yesterday. So I think that's a positive for KKR. Getting at least a couple of games for Nitesh Rana before the main playoff. I think that will be a big, big plus for KKR.
So, do you think Phil Salt will request his England captain to just have a word with the England Cricket Board and say, "Come on, you are also playing. I am also playing. Let's play together. Qualifier number one at the Narendra Modi Stadium."
I think that might happen. I've got a feeling that will happen. And as I said, there's only a couple of players. I think if it's like Punjab in there, where they potentially could lose 3 or 4 players for the World Cup, I think that's a bigger issue. If there's only a couple of players, there's kind of jumping on a plane halfway through. One day is not going to really make much difference to them.
Correct. Absolutely. So we will see that what the decisions comes from the cricket boards. But let's take a look into the pitch report of the Narendra Modi Stadium. Here it is, Paji. You said toss is going to be crucial today. And what does it seem like? Team winning the toss definitely is going to chase?
100%. Some of the boundaries are quite short. Chasing seems to be the way forward, especially in a night match. I think a day game is completely different because both teams are there. Possible due again, at the time of the year that we're in now. Due could be a factor. You probably want to know what you're chasing and then, get your batting tactics around that. I think that's definitely the way to go at Ahmedabad.
Okay, definitely the way to go at Ahmedabad, says Paji. So we will see what they do, what the captains do today at sharp 7 p.m. Let's take a look into the key elements the teams have learned from their previous game. Talking about the Gujarat Titans, the big victory against the Chennai Super Kings. Their openers, Sai and Shuman, were fantastic the other day. Fielding was really top class in the run chase against CSK, and Mohit Sharma back at his best after a couple of off games, I must tell you.
Mohit Sharma, definitely Mohit Sharma. I think that is a player that he's so valuable to Gujarat now. No, there's no Mohammad Shami. He's taken that extra burden on his shoulders. And when Mohit has a good day, especially at the death, he can bowl up to 3 overs. Right at the end. Consecutively. If he's got his line and length right, and they've lost some wickets, Mohit then becomes a very, very dangerous bowler.
Absolutely. And this basically sums up the GT thing. And also for the opponents, which is KKR, Varun Chakravarti was impressive against the Mumbai Indians. Ramandeep, underrated finisher, I must tell you, and also Andre Russell, his on-roll performance.
Andre Russell, it might not be a shock to people, but I am pretty shocked with Andre Russell this season. Super impressed from last season. I would say the guy's finished. Batting wise,
Absolutely.
hasn't really fired that much, but the bowling, he's taking vital, vital wickets. And we saw against Mumbai, his couple of wickets that he took, that really, really set the tone for
And the
the.
most important being Sky.
And Sky, yeah, that was the big wicket. That was the big wicket. As soon as you got that wicket, you could probably say, KKR were in the driving seat in that game. But he's taking wickets, and if you said 2 seasons ago, the last 3 seasons, you look at Dre Ross, he's been very expensive, and he hasn't been taking wickets. So I think Dre Ross, for me, the comeback has been really, really impressive to watch.
Really, really impressive to watch. And also a little bit of Ramandeep Singh, the finisher, has been really
Yeah,
underrated.
Ramandeep is someone that I said Punjab should buy. He knows Malampur really well. He plays well for Punjab. He's a good finisher and he's also a good fielder. He's dropped a couple of sitters, but he's caught some blinders as well. So you've got
He
Ramandeep.
bowls as
He
well,
can
right? If I'm
actually.
not mistaken.
What do you say?
He bowls as well, if I'm not
He
mistaken.
won't know the first. If they get desperate, he can actually get a ball. He can get a quick over in. And again, that is very, very important in the tournament like this. Is like when you see when there's a couple of wickets go, is slide a couple of from your lesser known bowlers. A couple of things
Yeah.
give the captain a lot more options to do right at the death, so you can control the death bowling without worrying of people running out of overs and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, so rightly mentioned, Paji. Thank you so much for that. Let's take a look into the top three players we have shot for. Here are the three players I have chosen for me. For Gujarat Titans, it's Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, and Rashid Khan. And for the Kolkata Knight Riders, it's Sunil Narayan, Venkatesh Iyer, and Mitchell Stark. You can sum it up, please, Paji, for these six players.
Yeah, for me, you gotta put Varun Chakravarti in. So the Rashid Khan, Varun Chakravarti option, I think that's going to be very, very interesting because for me, Varun Chakravarti, he's on 18 wickets now. Can he get the purple cap? Can we see a purple jersey player wearing the purple cap? Might be interesting. So I think realistically that'd be good. But again, Sunil Ryan, Shubman Gill, very, very important matchup there. And Venki Iyer, to be fair, I've been very impressed with him in the last 4 or 5 games. He's come up where even if the openers haven't, his timing looks on point, and he hasn't had to bowl.
Yeah.
So I think Venki Iyer is definitely one. But for me, I'm very impressed with Varun Chakravarti. The World Cup is coming up, and he started performing really well again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for summing it up for GT and KKR. Let's take a look into the top three battles in this game. So here are the three battles I have chosen, Paji. Shubman Gill versus Mitchell Stark, Phil Salt versus Sandeep Warrior, and Andre Russell versus Mohit Sharma the Death. Are you fans of seeing an Andre Russell versus Rashid Khan either? Sum it up for me, the three battles, please.
Very interesting. Mitchell Stark, has been quite expensive again. He only bowled one over against Mumbai, and then he did one of the bowlers, so they went to Harshit Rana. So I think Mitchell Stark, can he pick up that his form that he had a couple of matches back? But again, that's going to be very important. If Shubman Gill gets the better of Mitchell Stark, then if Gujarat bat first or second, he will set the platform for them. Again, Phil Salt is playing well, but again, him and Narayan, they seem to have one good game amongst them and then one bad game. Will Phil Salt really attack them? That will be interesting. And then at the end, Mohit Sharma versus Ray Ross at the end, I think that's the key battle because Mohit Sharma at the death, if he goes for a lot of runs, then Gujarat will struggle.
Absolutely. You summed it up pretty well. Gujarat will struggle if Mohit Sharma doesn't pick wickets at the death. Here are the three battles, and we are done and dusted. Let's take a look into the predicted playing 11. So here it is, Gujarat Titans first up. Paji, do you want to go back to the 11 that played against Chennai with the winning combination? Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan, I have brought back Ridwan Shah because I think he's a very good batsman. But you want to go with Matthew Wade again?
I think they'll stick to the same Sai Sudarshan and Shubman Gill. Ridwan Shah I really like as a player, but he just hasn't performed consistently in this. And I think this opening combination, it takes the pressure of Sai Sudarshan really having to hit off. If he can just take his time through the power play and be there after 6 overs, and once he's in, he can go up the gear. So I think I would probably stick to the same team that they had in the last game with Sai Sudarshan and Shubman opening.
Okay, so you summed it up. Sai Sudarshan, Shubman opening, Matthew Wade with the gloves, and the rest of the team stays the same. Going to the opponent, Kolkata Knight Riders, something which has been working out so well.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for me now because I kind of think that they are going to get the first 1-2 positions. Is what they need to do is again look at some of the other players just in case they get an injury, just in case Phil Salt has to go back. Would they take a risk with the opening combination? They know
they have an Emmanuel Gulbaz as well.
Yes, and I like Gulbaz. I really like him. I watched him live last year against Punjab at Mohali, and he was really good. We luckily got him out. But he was looking like he was set. So I think Gulbaz, maybe put him in and give him a chance just in case if they've heard something about Phil Salt. I think they've got to really, really get that sorted. And my biggest thing is they got Nitesh Rana. They've got to give him time in the middle because I think him at me gives them a brilliant balance because then Venkatesh and Shreyas have a buffer before they can come in later on. So I think that's the key thing for me is to get these batsmen in place now for the finals.
Absolutely. So you summed it up pretty well. KKR 11 as well. Let's take a look into some of your players before you get into the qualifiers as well as the eliminator. Let's take a look into the predictions right now. Here it is, match number 63, Paji, GT versus KKR at Narendra Modi Stadium. What's your percentage, please?
I'm going to go the team that wins the toss will chase, and that team will probably end up winning the game because I think both teams are playing a very, very good level of cricket. with Titans, they've still got something to play for. It's out of their hands now. They've got to win the games and hope the other games are either one-sided affairs against other teams. But I think that's going to be key for them. They've got something to play for. Kolkata have to decide on their strategy. Do they keep on the same 11? Do they keep going towards secure the top spot mathematically as well? I think they want to do that straight away and just say, look, we want that one game, but they'll also be looking at behind their back saying, look, we could lose a Phil Salt. Should we play Gulbars? And some of the bowlers, should we give them a rest and keep them fresh for that playoff game?
Okay, so Paddy has summed it up pretty well. He's saying that he's winning the toss and chasing will come out to be victorious in this game. Thank you so much, Paddy. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the 5th by pressing the bell icon as well. Into the business end of the tournament, the final week of the league stages, GT versus KKR at the Narendra Modi Stadium. Sit back and enjoy. Till then, thank you so much. And bye-bye.
Bye bye.